What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Stormtrooper's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at SH Figuarts Stormtrooper. I do have good news. I got a new light. So, you know, sometimes every now and then my stuff will look a little orangish. It's because I have one orange light and one white light, and now I have two white lights. So, it should look better. Anyway, let's get started. He comes with a fair amount of accessories, mainly hands. So he comes with one right trigger hand and one left holding hand. He also comes with one right holding hand and one left trigger hand if you want him to be a lefty, which I do not. And, you know, actually, yeah, at the same time, you could use the trigger hand maybe as a pointing hand also, you know, if you use your imagination. And then we have two fist hands, so you have those options as well. And then, of course, he has his blaster. The blaster is pretty cool. Nothing really crazy. It's a solid sculpt, no paint, but it looks the part. So, you know, I won't knock it for that. He holds it just fine, as we saw. And now let's look at him. The head. I feel like something is off. I hate to say it. This is an expensive figure, and I was really excited about getting him, but I feel like something is off, sculpt-wise. I feel like maybe this angle that this comes down here is too extreme. Like, if you look at the Hasbro one, I feel like it comes out a bit more, and it looks a bit more right for that reason. I don't know. I feel like as a result, this space looks longer than it should, and this, they nailed this head sculpt. They nailed the hell out of it, but this one's not bad, and it grows on you the more you look at it, but at first glance, it just looks, something looks off. It looks like this angle comes down too steep, and it looks like these come up a little bit too high, and then it looks like the eyes are maybe a bit too big, whereas this one, maybe the eyes are right on this one. I don't know, there's something off. I can't call it. The paint is done phenomenally, and actually, that's all sculpted in there. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I'm getting talking to Joe KW about getting a toy that I know you guys want me to look at, so you'll have to forgive me. So anyway, the head is on a ball joint at the top of the helmet in there, and then the neck is on a hinge. Actually, the neck is on a ball joint as well. So it's a ball peg into the head and then a ball peg into the torso for a fantastic range of motion all the way around. The top piece here is on a ball joint, that like this chest, and it's fantastic. It does give you some gaps if you go to an extreme angle, but I don't think you would need to go to that angle to get the pose that you want. And then the bottom is on a bit of a swivel as well. Actually, the bottom's on a ball joint also. Good night, that's great. So articulation wise, it's really top shelf. So that's good to go. And then we have just sculpt work here, and then these paints on these dots here that are all done very clean. So shoulders. Okay, so there's a ball. It looks like to me. Let me get a flashlight just to make sure. Yeah, it looks like to me that there's a ball joint inside the chest here, which comes out to a hinge on a oh, and then it has a butterfly joint as well. So the ball joint's inside of a butterfly joint. That gets you all the way across to there, and then it comes out to this hinge, and then it swivels at the butterfly joint. So that's pretty fantastic. Then the shoulder piece here is on a hinge that connects to a ball peg up in top here. So that sits, you know, you can adjust the shoulder to get you the articulation that you need, which is pretty great and pretty smart, I must say. And the range of motion is next to none. You know, in terms of competition. It's great, is what I'm saying. Bicep swivel, and then a elbow hinge, single joint, get you 90 degrees, which I think is fine. And then we have a hinge at the wrist, which is connected to a ball joint at the hand. So everything's good there. Same on the other side. And then the hips are not the drop-down hips. It's actually pretty interesting what's going on here. There's like I think it's a tight ball joint up inside of here, which gets you the swivel or the hinge motion, and then that's interesting. So like this top piece here hinges back and forth inside the pelvis, and then you have the thigh swivel there, and then this same piece has a hinge on it here, which allows for the outward motion. Now, articulation is not the best in the legs, but for a Stormtrooper, I kind of feel like the range of motion is appropriate. Forward is fine. Backward, not so much. Out to the side, kind of to there, which I think is enough, personally. Once again, the sculpt work is all fine and continues throughout. We only have paint there and there, but that's kind of what it should be. And then this belt is a soft piece of plastic that's floating. I am kind of bummed out that it doesn't have a holster on it. Like the Hasbro one had this holster. I always loved the holsters, but whatever. And then knee double jointed, get you to there, which is good to go. And then the ankle swivels, tilts, and rocks. So what more could you really want? And then you have a toe hinge as well. And it's a little bit further down the foot than I would prefer, but it still works pretty well. So all in all, articulation-wise, sculpt-wise, and you know, kind of functionality-wise, he's great. Only thing that looks weird to me is this head, and it doesn't look terrible. It just looks off. So there he is next to the Hasbro one, and like he looks small. He looks small. Like I don't think you could get away with having two of these as troopers standing next to each other. The nice thing is that if you take, like, this is the Hasbro Vader. I have the SH Figuarts Vader on the way. But if you put, like, Vader in the middle, great Googa Mooga. If you put Vader in the middle and you kind of put them on his flank, like with that breakup, you don't really notice the size difference, I think. So, just kind of food for thought. I must say, though, like, this is better made. The plastic and materials are better. The articulation is better. Everything kind of works better. But, like, just from the look of them on a shelf, I think I like that guy better.
What did you say? Bobby, where are you?
Don't tell her I'm here. The only negatives are there's something off about that head sculpt to me. I can't point out exactly what it is, but there's something off. I just don't know. I don't know what to tell you about it. There's something not quite right about it. Other than that, the only other thing that I wish he had come with was a holster to hang down. I've always loved the Stormtrooper look with the black holster. Like it's always looked sharp to me. Outside of that, sculpt-wise, paint-wise, articulation-wise, everything is spot on. He's posable. I have not been able to stop messing with him. Like, I had him up in we have like a little like makeshift library. It's supposed to be like a formal living room, but we just turned it into a library because who uses formal living rooms anymore? But so we put a couple bookshelves, a couple chairs, and like I had him up there. We had a little chess table, and like I kept posing him on the chess table, like taking down like the different chess pieces. Like he is like a lot of fun to just mess with. Because of just how posable he is. You know, there's so much you can do. Like, so he's a little pricey for what he is on the aftermarket. But I think if you search hard enough, you can find him for like $50 to $60, and I think he's worth it. And I think that even if you had like a Hasbro Black Series collection, if you like the way that you situate this guy on your he's a little sassy trooper. The way that you situate this guy on your shelf, he'll work just fine. You know, and just look like you're kind of troop building stormtroopers. If you have him right next to another stormtrooper, it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. But if you have him like You know, like if you have like Vader splitting the two, I don't think you'll be able to notice. He's a pretty cool figure. I definitely recommend them. Just know that the head sculpt at first is going to strike you as weird, but it does grow on you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.